Hi guys, Iketsu here. Gamba commented, I'd love to see a guide solely about building defenses like this. Wow, cannot even read a 10-word sentence straight. Yeah, let's do that. Disclaimer. I'm not a pro. I will make mistakes. This is not a definitive, this is what you have to do, this is perfect. I make no false statements. There might be mistakes. Take it with a grain of salt. Double check the claims I make. Yeah. Okay, let's go. So, let's get some sound. Is there no sound? Here we go. Okay, so there are multiple ways you can make a delver, but I feel like one of the stronger ones is a pathfinder. So what's the concept of this build, or talk about a couple of ideas I have. So first of all, there's armor, and let's say you have 1,000 armor. If a mob then hits you, this is just an example, with 1 damage or wood, then you might be even immune to that damage. You might take 0 from it. The problem is when mobs then hit you with 500 or let's say 100, then you take significantly more damage. Yeah, armor is good for small hits, but it's bad for high hits, big hits, strong. And resistances, Cold Fire Lightning, Chaos, are different. They just say, hey, you have 75% resistances. If there is a fireball of 100 damage, you only take 25 damage. That's all. And yeah, this is why armor is sort of flawed. Oh, don't die. Roas are actually pretty tough right now. I'm in depth 250. Ugh. And those lightning mirages are mean. Yeah, so because those resistances are so strong and you can just raise your cap even, people are going for that instead. So what you want to do is convert 100% of the physical damage you take. This includes spells, by the way, so if you get hit by ethereal knives, or there are phantasms in one of the delve nodes, I think they do some sort of physical spell. Yeah. Then, yeah, you mitigate that as well by turning it into elemental. And yeah, then just have your resistances. So how do you achieve this? You need 100% of the conversion, and 2 of the body armors that exist are Lightning Coil, Infamous Lightning Coil, doing 50% of the damage. You might have heard a lot of people talk about, I need Lightning Coil, I need Lightning Coil, I'm gonna farm it, especially in Hardcore 2, because it's very strong. And the other one, I think it's called Cloak of Flame. Once I beat this node, maybe that will even happen today, then I can look up the name. I think it's Cloak of Flame, I'm not sure. So that's a big chunk. That's either 40% from the cloak or 50% from Lightning Coil. But you still need 100%, so how do you get the rest? There's a helmet, easy, giving you 10% of fizz to either element. And I totally forgot about this. The Searing Exarch and the other one, the Eater of Worlds, their currency gives your items implicits, though you cannot use them on unique armor. So Lightning Coil, for example, cannot get that. That would be pretty insane. I hope the guy... Lightning Mirages and the Fireballs are very annoying. God. Okay, we got rid of the bubble, that's good. So I have to check what implicits, like on what type of It might only be the helmet, I'm not entirely sure, but you can fizz to something else on your helmet as well with those implicits, so that's very cool. Here, this one has... does it have one of the? Yeah. Fizz damage taken as fire, even though that's totally overkill. I should probably change that anyways. So there you have another 10%. Then there is the good old Exile shield, giving you 20% up to 20%. It has a roll of fizz to fire, I think. And then it does some shenanigans, converting one elite type to something else. But honestly, I'm not sure if that matters at all. Well, actually, maybe it does, because I think, let's say you take damage, it then is mitigated by that resistance, and then if you convert it to something else, it's going to be resisted again, I think. So this conversion thingy might actually be good. Okay, I think I can stand still now. Let's get Wild Breach out if we don't get stunned. Okay, we got it out. Why do we do this? Because of Mamba. But let's talk about defenses. So then I'm using this shield, Replica Inspiry, giving you 10% of fizz damage taken as chaos. Okay, hello, Zoth. So here's another 10%. Then, in this build specifically, I'm using a Lethal Pride. In this case, it's 13271, and that gives me 5% of fizz damage taken as fire is here, here, and here. But considering you can now just have this implicit with like 5%, you would only... You know what? Why am I speccing these nodes now? God. Okay, I just realized something. Because I have this implicit, I don't need those dead nodes here. Then I have 3 more points to spend anywhere. What the hell am I doing? Okay. Today I learned. Yeah, so you want to convert all your physical damage to something else, because then the only thing you have to care is fire, cold, lightning, and chaos. Very important, chaos resistance should generally be capped at 75%. Yeah, shouldn't be too hard, honestly. You can make a Delver who never kills the first Kitava, so you are up 60 resistances. And it's easier to cap, but you're missing a lot of skill points. But it's doable. I think I'll make a video where I start a new character like this and only go to Act 4, but never kill Kitava. And it's a fresh start, so yeah, maybe I'll just make a video. Okay, let's go to Path of Building real quick. And then, so what do we do? So we have 100% of the fizz damage converted to something else. Okay, so we take less damage, but what then? We still need to do something with our HP because we're going to take damage. The great thing about Pathfinder is there are 2 amazing things about the whole thing here. One is the mastery. I'll find it. Here. Recover 4% of life when you use a flask. If used when charges reach full, that counts as you using the flask. So you want to have this on 5 of your flasks. Oh, by the way, totally forgot. Taste of Hate, another amazing source for fizz taken as cold, and you can roll this flask. It rolls between 10 and 15, but the 15% one is expensive, I think. So yeah, but Taste of Hate is another source. Let's check what we have here. This one doesn't matter really. You can minimize those. Poison, ignite. Let's close all those down. Damaging hits. Where is it? Here. Maximum hit taken, I think, is the best one. Okay. So, here we go. We have 10 as chaos, 50 as lightning, 25 as cold, 25 as fire. So we're overcapped. Even it's 106%. What does that mean? It only means if you go over 100%, it splits it evenly, as if those 106 were 100. So now that I only take chaos, lightning, cold, fire, I just fix those and I'm good. But yeah, so once I converted all the fizz damage, we still need something to get our HP up again. So first of all, we use the Flask Mastery, recover 4% of life when you use a flask. And another way is, for example, Master Surgeon. Life Flask effects are not removed when unreserved life is filled. Normally, you are missing HP, you're drinking the flask, life flask, it fills you up to 100% and it stops. But Master Surgeon makes it that you're a Slayer who drinks the flask. That doesn't stop. Something else you can do, by the way, talking about Fizz to something else, the Armor and Energy Shield Mastery does 10% of Fizz damage from hits taken as chaos damage. Also very cool. Something else you can do, some shenanigans, is you can take Chaos Inoculation. Maximum life becomes 1. You're immune to chaos damage. And if you then take 10% Fizz as chaos, you are only taking 90% of the Fizz damage. I can quickly pull this one up. The wiki. Wait. Damage taken as PoE. Here. Cloak of Flame. 40% of Fizz taken as fire. You can do that as well. This one, the Red Cage, actually does the opposite. Fire damage taken as Fizz. You can do some other shenanigans maybe with Chaos Inoculation or High Chaos Resistance and Dark Scorn. 25% of Fizz taken as Chaos. Here, look, this is 25. Then you take the Armor Mastery. 25 plus the 10, 35. You would instantly negate 35% of the Fizz damage completely because you're immune to chaos and you convert this to chaos. Here's the Dawnbreaker, and here's another body armor I used. 25% of LE damage taken as chaos. So, but the problem is it's only body armor. I haven't made the calculations. I'm not sure if you can actually reach 100% of Fizz taken as something else without the body armor. I don't think you can. I'm not sure. Then here are some other mods. For example, the Redeemer can go up to 10% on your helmet. This is, I think, a pain in the ass to read. But I think it's important that it's basically only helmet and shield that can do this. I want to quickly look at Chaos. Helmet. So you can have up to 5% on your helmet. Wait, no. Higher. Can you have 10%? Yes, you can have 10% taken as Chaos, also from the Eater of Worlds. So that would be pretty amazing, because then you have 45% of your Fizz gone. It's gone. Maybe you can do something like this. Then another amazing mechanic in the game is stuff like Testudo. Recover 30 life when you block. You kind of want to have a high chance to block then, but just having a bit of this, considering you barely take any damage, is kind of cool. There's something else called glancing blows. You double your block attack chance and spell chance, but you take 65% chance. But that might be worth, this is why a lot of people do this. They take this and then they have a shield like I do. Recover 4% of life when you block. You can have this on a Shaper shield, for example. And yeah, that's very strong. Something else very important, you can see it on the shield, suppress. Spell damage can have very, very high hits. For example, the lightning mirage, the chasing fireballs, the exploding ones, detonate dead. They're all spells. They do a lot of damage. They're supposed to give you big, big hits. So you want to have 100% spell suppression, in my opinion. You don't need it, but you can feel it when you make a character who has spell suppression and who is not. Then there's the amazing shield. I love this shield. Aegis Aurora. Recover energy shield equal to 2% of armor when you block. Maybe I can find a character of mine. Then I can show you. It's a different mechanic. I might have a couple of characters here. Give me a second. Yeah, here it is. Apparently in Sentinel, I played this guy. Oh no. I'm missing
freedom comes to those who fight.
Strength. Let's find some strength, maybe. I'm sorry, this video is kind of wonky. If you guys want a new one, a better one, let me know. Ha! Oh, this whole attribute thing is annoying. Okay, so apparently I'm playing this character with... Oh! Here's another amazing thing you can do. Viridi's Veil. Damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky. First of all, what is unlucky? The enemy is like, okay, I'm going to hit you. Weapons, for example, have a damage range. This one has 28 to 65. So mobs roll a 4, and then they roll again. A 5. Unlucky, it rolls twice and then picks the lower number. Let's do it again. Mob hits you. 3, 5. Boom, you're taking the 3 damage. Unlucky is very cool. Viridi's Veil is a very cool item. You are hexproof if you have a magic ring. Hexproof is amazing as well, because there's no curse doing anything to you. If you get hit by vulnerability, you take more physical damage, and that includes bleeds. You have a chance to get bled. Especially on the nodes with exiles in there. That is a very rough node in Delph. That can kill you. All of the lowering resistance ones are very mean. By the way, you can look up this character here. It's called Tempest Shield Sentinel. Here's my POB, and you just plug it in. This one went with Aurum Borax just to fit the get the res. Here I'm using apparently curse enemies with Enfeeble, and I'm not only immune to hexes, I'm immune to crits. Crits is a very important thing, because if there are Delph nodes that have crit chance and crit multi, then they can hit you for X3, X4 maybe, even X5, I don't know. That's a problem. So here's the Aegis Aurora. I think I'm CI. I'm CI with Death's Oath. I know that's psychopathic, but it is what it is. Here I went Glancing Blows because I stack a high amount of armor. I cannot fit Tempest Shield in anymore. I think, yeah, this was back when it was easier to get your resistance, your mana reservations. I wonder. Is there an easy way? I need 4 points. Then I could fix. Okay, hold on. Because I think I need Tempest Shield. It fits. Okay, perfect. Okay. Here we go. We cannot use Defiance Banner. So, we have 51,000 armor. Now we have 73k. Using Taste of Hate as well. I'm doing a lower one. Just depth 150, so the mobs are still tier 16. And let's see how it goes. So this one instantly goes boom, boom. And we're using Molten Shell. Almost 4k extra. Let's see if it works. And the great thing here is Occultist has the amazing pops. Here I'm using Enfeeble, by the way, I think. Oh yeah, Enfeeble from the gloves. Enfeeble on hit. So good. It's so strong. Oh, and I'm using Val Discipline, so my ES regen doesn't stop. So here is another build you can think about. Aegis Aurora. Think about Viridi's Veil, very, very strong item. Yeah, not sure. The other route you can do is what is also very strong. This is an amazing node, Divine Shield. Quinn was playing a build, I think last league, I think it was Juggernaut, and I think he killed all Ubers with this. When Juggernaut was it dual strike of ambidexterity, Juggernaut with Divine Shield, and of course his node Untiring. Fizz damage prevented. You regen that over 10 seconds, and he had insane regen. Then on top he also had Divine Shield, so he regened life and ES. It was crazy. Very, very strong. So those are kind of the mechanics. You have those instant, when you block, for example, things. Something else that you might consider that might be good is Ring. If you run this in the campaign, it's very, very strong. Here's something for RF, by the way. Regen 3%, 3 life per second per level. Very cool. You can slap 2 of those on and just go RF into the mines. Easy. And another one is Thieves' Torment. You gain up to 60 life per hit with attacks. So imagine this with a Tornado Shot or Ball Lightning. Wait. Ball Lightning doesn't work, it's attacks. Spectre Helix, that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you want a very, very tanky character, you have to consider, generally you have to consider all damage types, but physical damage is gonna wreck you. There are some mean mobs in Delve that hit very, very, very hard. There is the node with the skeleton bears, and at the end, they all assemble to the one big boy. This guy chunks. Oh, I forgot something very important. Recoup. What does Recoup do? recover some of the damage taken from hits as energy shield, life, or mana. If you have 100% recoup, then you take damage, you take a hit of 100, and over the next 4 seconds, dunk, 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 you regenerate those 100 damage again. Very, very, very strong. Something else is Petrified Blood. Those two go together very well. It's like the opposite of a recoup. You take damage, you take 100 damage, but you don't take that. You take it over the next 4 seconds, so it goes meow. So if you combine Petrified Blood with Recoup, that's very strong. Progenesis, Amethyst Flask, so Chaos Res. When hit during effect, 25% of life loss from damage taken occurs over 4 seconds instead. So that's another Petrified Blood. If you combine those two, you then have, how much was it? 40%, 65%. Then you get some recoup. Oh, of course, I forgot that as well. That's going to be a great video. Now that we take all of our damage as something else, how do we increase our hit? Max res, very, very, very strong. Here we go from a fire hit. Let's take fire. We take 34k. We take this. Boom, 36k. Here's another one. So what you can do is you can anoint those things. You can also wear blight boots, for example, if you really want to. And those items can be anointed. Wait, that's the wrong blight. Blight game mechanic. There are amazing anoints you can do, but they're expensive because the max res is like one of the best things in the game. But you can take big max res here. This is crazy. +1 fire, +1 lighting, +1 cold, +2. Here's another +1. And armor. Well, if you care about that, but you know, here's another +1. Here's a +1. Here's a great regen wheel. I'm not sure if this works with Recoup. Maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, so you could wear your regular amulet, giving you an anoint, and then you can wear... Where the hell are the items? You can wear, for example, the Stampede Life, boots. They can be anointed here. And then you can have 2 max res on your gear on top of it. Amulet, I have a very shitty one, I have Testudo. I don't want to spend too much money on this character. I just want to farm a mage, no, not a mage blood, a headhunter first. And then we see what I do. I still have a 5-link lightning coil. Even with melee splash, I maybe want to fix that somehow. It doesn't give me any damage, so I'm doing damage on 4. Okay, never mind. I had a heart attack. I thought I had 2 sadisms. I don't. Yeah, so there's a lot of improvement you can make on this character. But yeah, you want to, if you want to be really chunky, one of the ways is convert all your fists to something else, get those resistances up, and then have some sort of way of, you need life regen, so vitality is also a good choice, and then recoup, that kind of stuff. If you have any more questions, go ahead. I'll just play some games, I'll be streaming later, and yeah, see you there.